So, I've never really played any AAA games before. The first game I ever finished was Super Mario. You know, the classic, with the jumping and the pipes. No big deal. But the real twist? I never even had a gaming PC. Yep, I used to just play on whatever computer I could get my hands on, and then, one magical day, my brother introduced me to Elden Ring. So I installed it on my company computer, no idea what I was getting myself into. I had no clue what a Souls-like game was. My brain was still in Super Mario mode. The first thing that hit me? The world. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Stunning architecture everywhere. I was like, whoa, this place is alive. But then the monsters. They were relentless. I mean, just fighting basic mobs? Straight up struggle. I didn't even know what stats were or how they worked. What is vigor? At first, it was just death after death. I mean, how many times can you get stomped by a regular soldier before you start questioning your life choices? I was about to give up, until I got this sweet little thing called Torrent. You know, my trusty steed. Suddenly, I had a chance at avoiding tough mobs and surviving long enough to, well, die some more. Then, something clicked. I found runes, I found items, and I learned how to upgrade my stats. Slowly, painfully, like really slowly. But hey, I wasn't dying to every mob anymore, and that was progress. So I get to Margit. Margit, man. That dude was a beast. I died like 50 times. 50. I was stuck in this endless loop of, how am I supposed to beat this guy? Honestly, I almost quit, but I didn't. I kept coming back. At some point, I realized the game was absolutely huge. I had no idea where to go next. So I just kept exploring, kept killing mobs, and found smithing stones to upgrade my weapons. Suddenly, things got a little easier. A little. But I still wasn't ready for what was ahead. Then came Godrick the Grafted. And let me tell you, I thought he was going to be a nightmare. But after all that practice, I was actually able to take him down. It felt great. He gave me a ton of runes and I was like, okay, I can do this. Next stop, a foggy lake area, filled with creepy creatures and lobster-like things. Not gonna lie, I avoided most of them. But I was on my way to the Raya Lucaria Academy, and man, that place? Beautiful, sure. Deadly? 100%. Then I ran into these Iron Maidens. Yeah, just run. Run as fast as you can. Trust me. You don't want to see what happens if they catch you. After some exploring, I met Moongrum, the Carrion Knight. This guy. He was tough. He knew how to parry like a pro. I couldn't even summon help. I was on my own. But you know what? I did it. Beat him. And got to a creepy library where I met Rennala, the Queen of the Full Moon. She wasn't too bad, actually. Her mechanical boss fight was a little tricky, but in the end, boom. Victory. Runes galore. After that, it was all about progression. Caves, mountains, lava zones, so many bosses, and so little time. But then I met Starscourge Radagon. Oh man, that guy. He was a beast. Even with summons, I stood no chance. But then I discovered something. You can summon NPCs. And that changed the game. Suddenly, Radagon became a joke. I literally never even had to get close to him. It felt a little cheesy, but I didn't care. I just wanted to beat him. Then, I found Nokron City, and my soulmate, the Mimic Tear. You guys, I cannot stress enough how much this helped. Boss fights? Easier. I felt unstoppable. Even when I went up against Radagon and the Elden Beast, those bosses were insane. Even with the Mimic, it was hard, but doable. And then I did it. I killed Radagon, the Elden Beast, and became the Elden Lord. Yeah, I googled a little here and there. No shame. I found Lionel's armor, and that made a huge difference. No shame though, if the game gives it to me, I'm using it. And you know what? It felt amazing finishing Elden Ring. It's my first AAA game I've ever completed. And honestly, nothing else feels the same now. Elden Ring quickly became my favorite game. Now I want to know from you, what FromSoftware or Souls-like game should I play next? Let me know in the comments. And hey, if you're struggling with a boss, remember, don't give up. The game's tough, but it's so rewarding when you finally make it to the end. See you next time.